have a little look at the death card. Now, the death card does seem to scare quite a lot of people there on two levels here. As a client, when I'm doing a reading for somebody and they see the death card, you can see straight away in their face, it's like, oh shit, got the death card. For readers, we also, some of us think, oh God, I've got to interpret the death card. But I don't want you to be frightened of it. The death card is the death card. It's an ending. No way, no two ways about it. Now, if you get this card as a client there, you are coming to some kind of ending in your life. There is something that is finished, that is done, that has completed a phase, okay? It doesn't have to be the death of a person. It can simply be the death of, be the death of a relationship, the death of a job, the death of a difficult time, the death of a situation that's going on around you at the moment. You know, we're coming now to the end of lockdown, so that will produce the death card because we are coming out of one stage and going into another. What I find interesting is some readers try to bring this card for new beginnings. They absolutely dismiss the death part of it. They forget about, you know, they I don't know why, maybe they're a little bit cautious that they don't want to talk about death, but they talk about new beginnings. Oh, it's fantastic, you've got the death card, you're going to have some new beginnings. Yes, you are going to have new beginnings because you can't have a door closing without a new one opening, but you have to acknowledge the death of it. This is the death card. If you were going to have new beginnings, you would have got, find it in hand, you would have perhaps the Magician perhaps there, or you may have an ace of something coming in, or you may have the Fool. Okay, so if it was just new beginnings only, then those are the cards, I can't find my Fool, but those are the cards that you would have. You wouldn't need to talk about the death card because you're just talking about new beginnings. When you get the death card, it's really important that you own it, that you acknowledge it, that you honour. There is some shredding going on. There is something here, shedding even, there is something here where you are shedding your skin, you are letting go and you are coming to the end of the situation. So we talk about these new beginnings because we want to fluff it up, we don't want to tell people that they're coming to an end. But you need to acknowledge it, otherwise this card, there's no point in having this card otherwise. If you're not going to own it, you're not going to acknowledge it, we might as well bin it. Now the death card asks you to surrender, to accept the change. It's connected around Pluto, it's connected around regeneration and birth and rebirth, but also in endings. And you can't have a rebirth without a death of some kind. You can't have a new beginning without an ending. When we get these new beginning cards, lost it now. When we get these new beginning cards, we don't start saying, oh, you've had a load of endings around you, or there's been some death around you, or you've had these changes, things have been final. We just go straight into the new beginnings because we want to do everything positive. So why do we always end up bringing the positives and we forget about maybe the darker side of this card? Got to acknowledge it there. Maybe it's something in your own personal life that you don't want to admit, so you're projecting some of that fear into the card. The death card, plain and simple, is an ending. Now you may have this as an ending. I've had it for people where they've started a new relationship and then they've had this as their outcome. It's not going to end well, is it? There's going to be an ending, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be that relationship, but there will be some ending to it. But sometimes if they're asking me, am I going to be staying with this person? Probably not. It's got a death card with it, you know, probably not. You want to be real. You've got to be open.